I'm Patrushkha Mierzwa, and I'm at Film Festival in Spino. That wasn't right. Film Fest'23.
Oh, it's
Fest'23.
No, it's good. It's good. Don't that.
Okay.
Don't that problem. So, tell me about your experience in this festival. What do you think of all this?
Just everything. Okay, soundbite. I'm so excited to be here. I've had a chance to meet with directors, young actors, people interested in sound, people didn't know they were interested in sound, and it's a wonderful experience to sit down and have a meal and discuss from everybody's country.
You can talk to me. Do you think that sound is sometimes the directors don't care about the sound in a film, and that's a really big part.
I know sometimes directors don't care about sound. I've worked on those projects, and it makes my job harder, but not necessarily impossible.
So how do you talk to a director that thinks that the sound it's not important?
Trying to get a conversation with a director who doesn't think sound is important really depends on the situation, on the day, on the location, the specifics and the mood on the set and the attitude of the directors that day, the director or the actors will color how I need to present information. Sometimes the best thing to do is to not bring it up, and I simply try to hedge my bets or protect in several ways. So the director later on in the editing room will have choices that she wasn't prepared to deal with on the day. So I'm always there trying to protect.
Okay. But of all the works that you've done, what was the most satisfying for you?
The most satisfying work I've done, well, I have to say the most fun and the most appreciated I felt was with Quentin Tarantino on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There wasn't any time when I wasn't happy, delighted, honored, humbled to be working on that set, because he invites everyone to bring their best work, and he respects every work, every actor. And he makes it such a fun environment. It's a family.
Tell me about the situation in Hollywood.
I'm sorry,
the situation in Hollywood. The women.
That's a big topic.
Yes, let's. Okay, and now we have the news that the
Roe v. Wade.
Yes, it's getting scary.
It has been scary. I don't know what to say about that. I think Hollywood is going to have to acknowledge the changes that are happening in America. I worry that they will start censoring themselves early in order to reach their anticipated market or revenues. I hate to think that Hollywood would start compromising in the design and development stage. And I think there will always be an audience for all opinions. It's a treacherous time.
It seems like a TV series like The Handmaid's Tale or the book, it's getting almost reality right now.
I can't comment on that. I don't watch American television. I'm sorry. I have no knowledge.
Okay. And the part of the women in the industry, what do you think?
I think that women are welcome and encouraged to be there. I think you have to understand the business side and conduct yourself appropriately.
Okay. But how can you do that? Because it's
there's, in my classification, in my job, it is male dominated, and I acknowledge that, and there's a way of communicating, and it's hard for me to discern. Is it just the way men talk and resolve compromises and situations, or is it just film that you're under pressure, you have a lot of personalities, you have the clock ticking, so you need a shorthand language? So I have found that if you're direct and quick and move on, that's how film relationships work well. So I don't have the experiences that many women have, saying they're not welcome or they are finding some kind of pushback about wanting to progress in their career. You know, I get paid the same as my male workers. You know, it's based on my job classification and my abilities and the budget of the show.
And it's your first time in Portugal?
I chose Portugal as the location for our honeymoon in 1987, and we've loved it all those years.
But not here. It was
Not here. Well, but all the way. We started from coming across from San Sebastian on the train, which was the most wonderful experience. We took the overnight train. And in the morning, the sun was shining, and you go through the backyards with the olives and that warm olive smell. I will never, ever, ever forget that.
Okay.
And then we started all the way down.
And about the town of Espinho, do you like it?
I find it very welcoming. I love the temperature. It's cool and it's warm at the same time. And I think the colors are brighter, the air is clearer, people seem happier. It's a very calming influence coming from America to be here right now.
Okay, and what do you think about the work of the festival, the FEST'?
I think it's an enormous undertaking, this festival that combines screening and films with industry work. It's an amazing idea to bring them together. I'm disappointed I couldn't be in 2 places or 3 places at the same time. And I find it extremely creative and supportive, and that inspires me.
You know that some of the Hollywood workers don't like very much to mix with the new workers.
Really? Who? Name names. I know no one like that.
No?
No.
You think they all like?
Quentin, very welcoming.
Okay.
Martin Scorsese, well, he keeps, away from everyone equally. He is.
Yes.
But he's always available. He does so much work in the larger scope. On set, he's quiet, but approachable, and always there if you have a question about how to cover something, what the emphasis should be. He's always available.
What's your next work? Can you tell something about?
Yes. Well, I just finished last year the latest Martin Scorsese movie, Killers of the Flower Moon, which should be released this November, as I hear. And I'm very, very proud of my contribution. It's an important subject, it's a true story, and every time I had to look through the monitor to see if my microphone was hidden or not, it was breathtaking. It was like a painting, every frame. So I'm so excited to see that. And then we finished the Whitney Houston biopic, I Want to Dance with Somebody. And I'm looking forward to seeing, it was a completely different work experience and completely different subject matter. So I'm very anxious to see those 2 films. And during COVID, I wrote a book, Behind the Sound Cart, which explains for the very first time the set politics, set etiquette, how to approach actors, entourages, directors, and it's been very well received. So I self-published so that I could put it out in the voice I wanted, and so now it's being translated into French, Spanish, Italian, and the country of China is licensing it. And so my next book is for boom operators.
But the book that we have here, it's like a manual for...
Yeah, it's a film course for a very reasonable price.
Yes.
And very few film schools teach sound. And mostly film schools want to teach academic subjects, like the psychoacoustics of a space, or some kind of theory, or algorithms. I teach you how to survive on the set and have a career.
Yes, and that's difficult.
It's a completely different animal.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.